Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is More Than a Message, here today with another pick a card reading. We are going to be asking the question today, what gifts are coming in for you? So it's going to be a little bit shorter of a reading today, but we have 3 different piles. We have pile number 1, which is the Zombie Tarot and the Rose Quartz. Then we have the Nightmare Before Christmas Funko Pop Tarot with this little citrine in my brain right now. And then the Game of Thrones tarot with this tiger's eye. So sit and meditate, figure out what pile resonates the most with you. As always, any reference to divine feminine, divine masculine always has to do with energies, has nothing to do with gender. Everybody is welcome here, as well as this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. And yeah, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel already, and I will see you in your pile. All right, pile number 1, if you chose the Zombie Tarot and this little Rose Quartz, this is going to be your reading for today. We are asking the question, what gifts are coming in for you? So it's always a little fun one. Short and sweet here today. This video is going up a little bit later than I wanted. It has been a hectic couple of weeks, and my birthday was this week as well. School is fully started up and back and running, and I had some late registries, so it's been a little crazy. But pile number 1, what gifts are coming in for you guys? Pile number 1. What gifts for pile number 1? 3 of Cups. A lot of socializing. Can I speak? What is happening to me today already? I woke up in a really weird energy, and now it's definitely a better energy than I woke up in, but whoa. Socializing, having some fun, possibly going to a wedding, and getting engaged maybe for some of you. Page of Swords. I feel like you might be getting some communication that you've been wanting, or hanging out with particular people that you've been wanting to hang out with. So potentially maybe like a long distance friend, somebody you don't get to see very often is coming around, and you might not know about it. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Death. And the 4 of Cups in reverse. I like the 4 of Cups in reverse because that means you're not, there's something being offered and you are actually like taking it instead of rejecting it, is what I'm getting. There's this transformation energy, and I feel like you might even be surprising yourself. The Sun. Yeah, you guys could have been going through like a really dark transformative like period, and now you're really coming out of it feeling less rejected, feeling more sociable, wanting to communicate more with people. What is going on? 2 cards kind of just like zipped out. We have the Knight of Hazards, or the Knight of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. You could have some good like financial decisions, or good like financial luck during this period of time. We have the 7 of Pentacles. I'm going to take that upright. Ace of Cups. I want to take all of these upright. The 4 of Cups is the only one that I feel like needed to be in reverse. And then the Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, yeah, Ace of Cups. Good things are coming. I definitely think in like romantic sense as well, could potentially be getting gifts, or go out on a cute little date that you were not like didn't know about, or just like a little surprise, something cute kind of like that. Maybe like a surprise little trip or surprise little getaway. It doesn't even have to be anything like super extravagant or super like wild. You could just be like going up somewhere out of town for the day and then coming back by that night. weird message. Somebody could be getting out of jail. Maybe that's this person that you haven't had in communication with for a while. That's gonna be very, very specific for like one or two of you, but that just like popped in for a moment. I feel like you'll also, I'm getting some stuff with schooling as well a little bit. I feel like you'll be getting a good grade on a test or a work project potentially. If you had to submit in something that you were going to get like a review on or anything along those lines. I definitely think that it's going to go really well for you. Good financial stuff as well. Mentioned that. I don't necessarily know if it'll be like a large sum of money or more so that maybe certain investments that you have are doing really well, or you'd been struggling for a while and things are now finally starting to like settle down for you. I think things are really starting to click is the strong message that's coming through. Oh no, we got a cat causing problems, per usual. Sorry about that, guys. He literally stole some of my rings from my like little ring trinket tray and was like running away with them. We have one devil child. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Always cats interrupting readings, literally at least once in one reading. Just saw 555 on the timer. But let's start popping into oracle cards now. I'm actually gonna shift these over. We're gonna put her like this. Okay. Start popping into oracles. Again, a little bit shorter and sweeter. Oh, what? The Hermit. Oh, I didn't even. Okay, guys. What? That was sneaky deaky underneath there. Yeah, you guys are definitely like coming out of hermit mode. You've been like working on something. You've been definitely like planting your seeds, and this harvest is about to like fully come through. That's super interesting. That was like perfectly placed over that. I had no idea there was another card underneath there. Devil child. Are you gonna have to get kicked out of this room? I feel like you guys could have been continuously getting distracted, like, and things are starting to fall into place. We have the dark blue galactic dragon, helps you listen to the voice of the universe, ignite the codes of your master blueprint, access cosmic wisdom, and enter a higher service. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, sorry about that. He already interrupted once before and he was gonna keep doing it. I know him. So, homeboy got kicked out of the room for right now. Beautiful little angel baby. He's chilling, taking a nap on my bed. Anyways, yeah, you guys could have been continuously getting like interrupted by other people, other things, which has potentially like delayed this like project or whatever that you had been like working on. It's definitely going to be very successful though, don't get me wrong. I feel like there is a need to trust the intuition and the process of this whole ordeal. I feel like it's really tested your patience, tested yourself and your intuition. I feel like you could have been second guessing yourself a lot, and what's coming in as a little gift is you were right all along. You were literally right all along, and that is going to be coming in and showing you like, yeah, all that like second guessing and doubting yourself with whatever situation, relationship, work, career, projects, whatever it was, whatever you're resonating with. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. You were right all along. Your intuition's on point. Earth Magic Oracle, we had the Childhood Innocence card throwing itself on the floor. But you could be connecting with your inner child right now. Potentially, if you have been trying for children, there's some, there's some good energy in regards to that. You could actually finally conceive a child. You could be going, I'm really getting trip vibes pretty strongly. So yeah, you could be going on a little trip that you kind of did not expect to be going on. I'm also getting with that, like, that person, like if there is a person that you haven't seen in a while, it could have been like a childhood best friend that now lives in like a different state, potentially even a different country, so you don't get to see them or haven't in a really, really long time in person. Definitely stiff with the third eye and the heart chakra. So again, intuition, something romantic coming through again, depending on if you're in a relationship, if you are single. Good things are coming in regards to whether that's a renewal of the relationship, kind of spicing things up, or even just somebody new coming in for those of you who are single. You got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. There is a strong need to keep up boundaries, but I feel like to whatever this like situation or person that is coming through, I do feel like they're going to be very respectful of these boundaries though. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put you. I was only going to take one card from each. I still find that so funny with that hermit. We'll pop that like that because I seriously kind of keep forgetting about it. I feel like you're gonna reflect back and be like, what would, like, you're gonna understand what this hermit period was for, even though necessarily at the time that probably was not what you were about. Sorry guys, I get a little bit weird about how the layout ends up looking, just so people can see all the cards and try to get the energies as other cards keep coming out. Okay. I also just like things very particularly. Anyways, that could be something. Maybe you've been like really wanting to make sure that this project or whatever that you've been working on is literally perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, but as close and as like accurate as possible to what you envisioned it to be. But we're gonna start popping into some of the kind of more message oriented cards here. Do our Beyond Lumeria. I'm also getting with this codependency. I don't think it's codependency. I think it's still tapping into that, like, you're going to be around a lot more people, you're going to be socializing. You could potentially be doing stuff with like business contracts, networking. I had a feeling this one was going to be the one that popped out. Beautiful dragonfly. You could be seeing dragonflies currently. And again, it's if you look at the coloring, it's definitely that third eye and heart chakra colors still coming through very strong. But could be seeing a lot of dragonflies recently, and this is kind of signifying, if you're seeing any of these symbols, potentially butterflies, skulls, which when this is being released, obviously these readings are always timeless. I'm also getting spiders. it is Halloween season, so you're gonna be seeing a little bit more of that stuff just in general. But this is kind of signifying that like this period is like here. Is once you're starting to see all of these little like signs and symbols. But heart chakra, love it. Unfurling back to love. This chakra represents love in its many forms. It reminds you that everything in life can unfold into love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universal desire and right to feel love and be loved. Love heals. God is love. This is the force that will change the world. Have compassion. Expand your awareness and heart-centered radiance for all beings on the planet. Encapsulate Earth in loving compassion. Bask in the blissful feeling of the planet in all of its perfect balance, loving you back. Right. I love that. I always appreciate when the cards back up more of the intuitive messages that I get later on in the reading. Let's do the Mind Info Oracle. This is at the bottom. I always like to leave these in just in case any of you do have cards and want to end up doing a reading for yourself. So if you wanted to take a screenshot of that, if this is something that you are interested in. I always find it interesting to see if there's a particular thing where, again, with trusting your own intuition, sometimes it is a little bit harder to do readings for ourselves, but if you kind of have more direct questions or a direct spread, that can sometimes be a little bit more helpful, especially for people who are fairly new. Let it go. You're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you and can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. This could have been the transformation period from a past relationship, and something new is for sure coming in for you. Check in. When you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, take a moment to check in with how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier, excited or filled with dread? Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. And then we have listen. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. Interesting. Again, trust your intuition and whatever situation is resonating. All right, let us get some of the tea leaf cards. I don't use this deck a whole lot, but for the gifts, I was getting kind of called to it. Just because these ones are a little bit more difficult to like shuffle and handle. They're so freaking cute though, so it's just a little, you know. But we have the two different sides, so top section for one side, bottom section for the other, which I've done in previous reading before. We have a psychic ability, trust your intuition, guys. Anyways, chair, empty. Someone is leaving your life. This could have been that past person that I was just kind of talking about and bringing up. Pig, beware of greed. Mule, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. It's interesting that that kind of is going over that reverse Four of Cups. Diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. And this whole reading is about gifts. Love it. Again, any of these kind of symbols you could be seeing. We had this one come out, so we'll take it still. Ladder, climbing towards success, even though... Get the other half of the deck. Sure. See what else wants to come through for you guys. Pile number 1. Any signs, any gifts, happiness. I love that. Again, with the Sun card too, like things are really going to be changing for you if you've been in a very like dark and stagnant period. Right, cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. There's definitely the cobwebs here with that Knight of Pentacles. And again, you could be seeing spiders. Could be a sign for you. Pineapple, reconciliation, broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. And one more here, Spirit. One more for pile number 1. And we have boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Again, I feel like you've been planting these seeds for a really, really long time. You kind of went into hermit mode. You were just kind of doing your own thing, really honing in on your craft, your spirituality, whatever you've been really working and focusing on for yourself. It's all coming to fruition, baby. Well, let's get... So, let's do that. Do the homemade messages, because this card stock for this homemade one was a little bit thicker than the other ones. A little bit more difficult to shuffle sometimes. But Spirit, high vibes. Love to see it. Time to reflect. I feel like that's what you've been doing, but I feel like now it's time to reflect on like your past self versus this new person that's coming through. Almost there. What brings you peace? I feel like you could have been getting rid of toxic cycles, toxic behaviors for yourself. It wasn't your fault. This could be in regards to that past situation. I'm only going to take one more onto the spread, but we'll obviously mention these. Sacral chakra, inner child healing, and shadow side. That inner child, what was I talking about before? But I'm not going to leave all of those out on the table right now, but I did want to just make note. But we are going to close out the reading today with our postcard from Spirit. As always, we have a fur baby wanting to come up under the table. Now, you are being so good and taking a nap. Now, hey. You could have fur babies that just constantly cause problems. Anyways, postcard from Spirit ended out for today. What does pile number 1? We're just gonna take that top one because huge chunk fell up. Holy moly. Okay. Your guys' energy is a little chaotic, so ground yourself a little bit maybe. Because things are, I feel like because of everything that's been going on and what you've been doing. Dearest you, the common saying is be in the world but not of it, and wear the world loosely, refer to the need to be engaged with life while not being attached to specific outcomes. Do not take this world too personally, for you are one of many co-creators here to play, and we have many ideas about how all this should play out. Just know the outcomes don't matter as much as the presence you bring to each experience and how you let yourself flow through life. There's a real freedom in knowing and accepting this, so will you wear the world loosely or will it straitjacket you? It is your choice. Whatever happens, have the courage to keep trying to live as you are meant to. And when it comes to manifesting, don't worry about the how or even the why. We have that covered. Everything is going to turn out exactly as it should. Spirit has a plan, loving you always and forever. All right, pile number 1. I hope that resonated for you. If it did, leave a little like and comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If it didn't resonate for you, you can always choose another pile, choose another reading, or it might just not be your reader for today, which is totally cool. But I'm wishing you much love and light on your journey, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose the Nightmare Before Christmas Funko Pop Tarot and this little citrine, I think I called it a carnelian in the intro. My brain today has been so all over the place, so it was my bad. But what's up, pile number 2? We are asking the question today, what gifts are coming in for you? So, doing a little bit shorter of a reading today. It's been kind of a hectic week. School starting for me. It was my birthday. Had to late register for some classes because of some office issues. Woo! The level of chaos today has been astounding. The cats, too, honestly. They've been causing some issues, but we're doing good shuffle on this one. Since this is this deck's little debut on this channel, I have not actually used it for a reading yet, so you guys are the first ones. But it's Halloween month. Obviously, all readings are timeless, but when I'm posting this, we are in October, so we gotta have some Nightmare Before Christmas in here. But pile number 2, what gifts are coming in for our lovely pile number 2? What gifts are coming in for pile number 2? All right, we have the 5 of Pentacles, interesting, or the 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. Interesting. And then 2 of Wands in reverse. I want to take that upright. We have the 7 of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. So much earth energy. Holy. A 10 of Cups. I'll take this in reverse. 5 of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. 3 of Wands in the High Priestess. I think you're going to be getting some justice when it comes to a financial situation. I think, like, potentially if you, for an example, if you've potentially been going through a divorce or kind of settling your guys' assets, I think things are going to definitely turn out to go in your favor, even if it may not seem so at the current moment. I also have strength at the bottom of the deck. I'm also seeing that you're going to have a lot of like romantic options. And no matter like who you choose, I think it's going to end up being a really positive relationship for you. There's a need to trust your intuition and use your discernment during this period, but ultimately I think you're going to get the person and the offer and the energy that you want, kind of stepping out of the 5 of Cups and kind of actually looking back at those 2 cups that are still standing there. Surprised we didn't get a 2 of Cups potentially. I do think, however, this financial situation that is going to go in your favor, I think there's also a, like, the Spirit's kind of giving a slight warning in a sense. Not a warning, but just like, if you do have an influx of money coming in, use it wisely. Don't overspend. Don't, start doing crazy things now that you got this money or these situations handled. Like, still go about things how you've been going about things, and don't let the fact that you now are a little bit more stable affect things, because then I think it's going to potentially revert itself if so. But it's coming. Is coming. I think there is a level of Still waiting a little bit for some of this to come in. I think things are going to kind of hit at like different times and like staggered points for you. There is, again, a need to trust your intuition on the matter, trust your intuition on the situation, and kind of go about things in a more relaxed manner, a little less rigid. Still stay super grounded within, especially in the financial situation. I feel like for more of the romantic or emotional connections or situation, you're being more heavily encouraged to kind of explore those energies for yourself. But yeah, you're gonna have so many options. I'm getting Aquarius just with the little, so could potentially be an Aquarius in the option pile there for you. But a lot of things are gonna be coming in. I don't think it's gonna be all at once. It's gonna be a kind of slow, gradual thing that's gonna kind of keep like falling into your lap. But stay grounded with it. Don't go overboard when in certain situations, again, especially in regards to the finances department. So we are gonna start pulling some oracle cards now. We have a little bit shorter of a reading today. We're gonna start off with the Dragon Oracle. Right, for pile number 2. Orange Dragon, some sacral chakra. So again, be safe. Be safe. That's all I have to say about that. Bring soul families and communities together. Spread belonging, warmth, and oneness. Bring people everywhere together. I think this kind of goes again into this 5 of Cups in reverse. I think you're going to really step out of the looking at those 3 cups spilled over and really looking back at those 2 cups that are still standing. These 2 cups, I think, are representing the financial and the like romantic emotional. I think that those are the 2 things that are still really standing for you. There could have been a couple of situations that could have fell through in regards to your past, or even something that you could be still going through currently, but it is going to be changing for you. Just wait a little bit longer. There's something about patience being tested, which we've all been there. We have all been there, especially in regards to spiritual manifestations and all of that fun stuff. I'm also with this bridge. I feel like you could be bridging the gap between you and a particular person, or even a potential like company or like work relationship. I think that there could have been something that maybe again didn't work, or was getting a little like tense, and I think that that's gonna kind of resolve and dissolve. The wolf instinct, interesting. I do think with the wolf, obviously Wolfie's alone in this one, but I feel like you're going to be connecting with like your soul tribe, your core group of people, your wolf pack, as we shall say. I think again with the High Priestess here still too, there is a need to trust your instincts, trust your intuition, use your discernment, especially with all of these options that are going to be coming forward for you. Caution. I keep literally, Spirit is honing in so hard, caution around how you handle the financial situation that is coming in for you. There is such a, like, it's literally being like hounded in right now. Holy moly. So really, really pay attention to that. Stay grounded in that. I feel like you could potentially be going and visiting a place that you've been wanting to visit for a very long time as well. Okay, we are only taking one card, and that was like half of the deck flying off. Right, called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. Interesting. I think that, again, kind of has to go into that instinct, intuition with the High Priestess here, like really honing in on your gifts, because I think that you kind of potentially you doubt and you question. I mean, we all do, especially at different processes of the journey, but this period of time, I think, is going to really be influential on your journey, on your training, and I just saw 11:11 on the timer, to just really see how you evolve, how you change, how you handled situations in the past, and how you're handling them now. I think that there's been downloads, there's been all of this old programming that's cycling out and a new cycle coming in, and trusting that what is being offered and what is being given to you, and as well as what's being taken away from you, is all for your higher good. So I think you've been called towards a higher purpose, and you maybe could have been questioning that, and that's kind of potentially been part of those 3 of Cups that were spilled over. You were potentially looking at your old life, because like, you guys know, once you start to awaken, like, you can't, there's no going back. There's literally no going back. You cannot keep and handle those old mindsets, because it just like doesn't make sense anymore. We've all been there, and if you're going through it right now, trust the process. There's a whole bunch of us in a whole community here that is going through the same thing and has been through the same thing, or very, very similar circumstances. But let's start diving into the actual message cards here now. We're going to start with our Beyond Lumeria. I feel like this is the group that's been like going like through it lately. Either like super going through it, or used to like have just like a lot of like bad things, and it's just been stagnant for a really long time. I'm also seeing a ladybug on my window right now, so you could be seeing ladybugs. This could also be kind of a symbol if you've been seeing them lately, or when you do, that this whole period of energy and these gifts that are going to be popping in for you are just about here. Alright, pile number 2. Spirit, what message guidance do we have for our lovely pile number 2? We're only gonna, that's like half of the thing, we're only gonna take that one. Look at the beautiful artwork. Dragons and third eye. Aether, the seamless, unspeakable. This illuminated space of no distraction and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is the centered and present place where all dreams are birthed. From here you can choose where to go. What may be perceived as endless nothingness is the illuminated eternal, the core that all fears may be peeled back to. Step through the darkness and realize it is only a short distance from the white void at the center of creation. Herein lies the feeling you may have been striving to meet, yet subconsciously running from. In graceful surrender, know you are held and drop deeper into existence. I love that. All right, get some mind info oracle. I don't know why things got just very quiet on the table for a minute. Break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it is necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. We have allow. You're being asked to open your energy field and take down your walls of protection in order to allow goodness into your life. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we block ourselves from the flow of life. It's safe to open yourself back up. It's an interesting way that this card flipped. I just saw 555 on the timer. Patience. You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. I was saying that so strongly earlier in the messaging, so just another confirmation of taking the time. Again, I also, before pulling these cards, it just got like really quiet on the table for a moment. Just kind of like grounding back a little bit. Things could have, again, been very tumultuous or just very intense for a while and then potentially stagnant. And that's why you're like, what is happening? We're going to now get our tea leaf cards. Love this deck, but I don't use it super often on the channel. But I was being called to do so today. So it's a little bit difficult of a deck to shuffle, so I split it into the two sections that it kind of has for the card box as well. So we'll do one half for the top and the other half for the bottom, like I've done in previous readings. One wanted to flip. Kite. Vacation. Ooh. That wasn't coming through super strongly, but could be getting a little surprise vacay coming in for you. Handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be very important. Quill, get back to the basics. The bear, danger, especially in money matters. Guys, what was I saying? Like, be very, very cautious. It's coming through so strongly, but there is still going to be success in these matters. Yeah, desk, pay attention to your work. Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. You guys are getting more cards. And the month of April. So that could be a very significant month for you. We'll just put that one up here. Okay, jumping into the other half. See what else wants to come through. Okay, that one. Man, dealing or relationship with a man. I love how that's coming up over the 10 of Cups. We have the wreath, sorrow over a loss. Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. A rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. Interesting. Well, family wishes coming true. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. What was I mentioning with the bridge earlier? I love when things pop through like that. Pin, a new job or career. Interesting. This could be that kind of period that you've been shifting or kind of been going through, and it's been a little bit of a chaos. We have a little chaos demon coming through here too, because he wants to come and look at the window, but he can't come and look at the window right now because I'm doing readings and he's gonna mess up all the cards. Okay, get the last few things here. We're gonna do our little homemade spirit deck and then do our postcard from Spirit to close out the reading for you guys. Right, Spirit, what do we have for our lovely pile number 2s? What additional last messages do we have for our pile number 2s? Spirit, spiritual practice, release, and soul tribe. What was I saying? You're gonna be finding your wolf pack. Are you being stubborn? Maybe you could have all these options, but there's one particular that you're supposed to go to, but you've been stubborn about. I don't know why that's coming through a little bit, but that's funny. Check your ego. Maybe that kind of has to go with that rabbit card we were talking about. Okay, that was a huge chunk flipping over, but you're just going to take Gemini, soul connection. Just to take note of that one. That also flipped. All right. Get our final postcard from Spirit to close out your reading for today, guys. 111 on the timer. Spirit, what is the final? Ooh. It's always interesting the way the cards fall out sometimes. Dearest you, since you're on Earth, you understand how buildings are built, yes? A good solid foundation and yet flexibility too in case of earthquakes. Truth be told, you can't offer something sustainable unless it is built from a solid base, whether it is an idea that takes form one step at a time or an actual house that needs a sturdy foundation dug, poured, and built. We want to remind you of this because you might need a little encouragement to see this is true in your life at this time. Celebrate the fact that right now you can repair the cracks in the foundation of your life effortlessly, as well as do a general sight check to ensure your hard work is being well supported. Do this and know you are building your life on a perfect and sound foundation that will allow you to welcome the many miracles waiting to come to visit. We're so happy for you and so intrigued by what you are building. All right, pile number 2, that is your reading for today. I hope that resonated for you. If it did, leave a little like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If it didn't resonate for you, you can always choose another pile, choose another reading, or I might just not be your reader for today, which is totally cool. I'm wishing you much love and light on your journey, and I will see you in the next reading, guys. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Game of Thrones tarot and this tiger's eye, this is going to be your reading for today. We are asking the lovely question, what gifts are incoming for you today? So doing a little bit shorter and sweeter of a reading for today. It's coming out a little bit later than I would have liked. It's been quite a crazy week. It was my birthday this week, and then I late registry for school, so we've been fighting for our lives over here. But we are here for your lovely reading today, pile number 3. Let's see what gifts are incoming for you. So the energy's been very interesting today between the other piles, so excited to see what comes through for you guys. I'll take that 9 of Swords, actually. Reverse. Just took me a second to... Death. Sorry, the print. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's death. The print's kind of difficult to read when it's upside down. Right. 7 of Spears. 7 of Wands. 6 of Wands. And 2 of Cups in reverse. 8 of Wands in reverse. Knight of Swords. 6 of Pentacles. There's definitely going to be success in regards to a financial or career business like situation. 6 of Cups in reverse. I think you're gonna finally, if you've been having a lot of issues sleeping, that's gonna finally start to not be as difficult. And then we have the priestess. Interesting. I think the priestess came out in all 3 piles today. And it came out in this exact location for another pile. So if you're drawn to another pile, I would definitely go check that out. But there's been this kind of like, I'm getting a stagnant period. I think that you could be in a very like overthinking spot, and I think that that's finally like dissolving. That's finally getting out of this energy. You could have been kind of dealing with or processing through a relationship that didn't quite go the way that you were kind of expecting. I do think there's going to be communication in regards to this, which I think is something that you've been wanting. A little gift per se. I do think that there's going to be something super successful in regards to your money and career status, that kind of a thing. I do think you are also going to be getting a lot of like spiritual downloads at this time, kind of honing in on your spiritual gifts. I think there's going to be certain elements of that is going to be, has been kind of laid dormant for a while, is kind of what I'm getting from spirit, and you're slowly going to be activating these gifts more and more. This could have been part of the reason why you haven't been sleeping super well, but that is going to be changing. You are going to start, I think you're going to be getting a lot of really heavy dreams that are going to kind of almost be a little bit prophetic, I will say. So if you have a dream journal, I would definitely keep track and keep an eye out on that, and or start keeping track of your dreams, because I feel like there's going to be some stuff that is coming through for you in those regards. Yeah, I do think that there's going to be a communication from this individual that you potentially have been wanting to get communication from. I do think there's still going to be there's still going to be stuff that's still not fully handled, but it's going to be coming in later. And that, I think, is it's a blessing in disguise, is kind of what I'm getting. I think that you're not going to see this as a gift. That's really what I'm getting strongly from this pile, is you're not going to think that these things that are happening for you are gifts, but they are. They are, again, that blessing in disguise type of energy, which I can already feel like the God, this again type of energy coming through, which, like, guys, I 100% understand. Yeah, there's definitely, or there's like gifts that are coming that are not necessarily the gifts you want. I'm also sensing in that, like, there seems to be a level of like rejecting this. I'm kind of getting. So don't do that. But I mean, like, we've all been there. There is a level, I think there's gonna be a re-spark or a repassion in potentially one of your hobbies as well. I think that you haven't had as much time to do certain things that you really enjoy, and have, like, you're gonna have a little bit more free time to carve space for these certain things that you don't get to participate or do as often, that are really good for you, and kind of like nurturing yourself, as well as giving you inspiration for other areas of your life, because we all need things to, you know, kind of re-spark that passion, re-spark that creativity in those regards. So there is a need to relax a little bit. This pile is definitely very different from the other two, because it's not, again, necessarily very straightforward gifts that are going to be coming. I feel like it's going to be that kind of spiritual gifts getting unlocked, and certain things that, again, it's kind of a slow and steady energy, or certain things that are blessings in disguise and don't seem like blessings when they come, but later on you're going to realize what was happening and what was unfolding for you. And I think that there is a level of trusting your intuition in regards to this, because Spirit says there is a bigger plan like at play currently. So let's start popping into Oracle cards. This is such an interesting pile. And I can definitely, like, energy is a bit different in this. It's a little bit more grounded, a little bit more like, I'm not going to take all of those, we're only doing one. So the one that flipped up first, we have the Royal Blue and Gold Dragon. Strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty. Wear your cloak of power with pride. There is definitely a level of, like, I want to say bravado, or a level of, I feel like you're very good at articulating yourself. You come across potentially very regal. There's really a, like, Spirit's really not letting me into what's coming in for you. Like, this is being very vague, which is very interesting to me, because there's a need to trust your gifts. There's a need to trust what you're being guided. There's a need to trust at the plan that is unfolding for you right now, with that blue, that deep blue with the third eye, and again with the priestess coming out here. It's unfolding the way it needs to. Okay, you're getting 2 cards for this. We have the Green Man, Synergy, and Desert Vision Quest. Again, this is giving me dream vibes. Heavy dream vibes, so I would keep track of those. I think that that's going to explain this period of time that is going to be happening, or is happening currently for you. I think that it's going to explain, like, once you reach this fruition and this abundance that is going to be happening for you, I think that keeping track of these energies and these dreams that you'll be getting, I think that later on it's going to really solidify this period that you are going through, and how these kind of, like, secrets, that's like this stuff that, like, Spirit's almost like veiling from you, it's really going to emphasize your transformation, your process, and emphasize why the things that happened needed to happen. There's also a need to connect to nature right now. You could potentially be going on a trip. That actually came through quite heavily for all 3 piles. Again, a trip can literally just be to the next town over to just check out, like, their little shops, see what they kind of got going on for themselves. But could even be, you know, super extravagant trip too. Could be going to a desert. Could be going, you know, visiting some types of forests, jungles. Who knows? Who knows? I just feel like I need to give, like, things are going to be happening, like, things are very clouded for you guys right now, and it's a little bit clouded for me currently as a reader, because there's things that Spirit is kind of keeping from you at the moment, because you're meant to go through this process and meant to realize these blessings in disguise. That's really the strongest messaging coming through here today. Let's get our Starseed Oracle. The way that these cards are, energy is just all over the place today, but I mean, all these planets retrograding and doing stuff. It's been a lot, guys. It's been a lot. What do we have for pile number 3? Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life, and breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Interesting. Yeah, there's a heavy need to surrender, release control, let spirit and the universe kind of take things from here. I think there's been a heavy block and heavy resistance to this, which has potentially been causing those like sleepless nights and causing these kind of more I'm feeling just kind of like just not vibing with it, which like I get, honestly. But there's downloads that are getting, like, things are getting worked through. A bunch of things are happening behind the scenes and you're not really meant to know. Which, guys, I am so sorry. Like, I wish I could tell you more, but like, Spirit's really not coming through with anything. They're like, you'll figure, like, things, like, it'll happen when it happens. Like, oh. This is such an interesting read, guys. Right. Spirit, for pile number 3, what guidance and messages do we have for pile number 3? Getting into a little bit more of our message cards now. Not much is popping through for you guys. Like, there is, but it isn't. It's not, I guess, oriented towards what the title was more. Starseed Elemental. Again, that third eye. Sometimes adulting can become too serious. When this happens, adding curiosity, fun, laughter, and a lighthearted sense of play to our perspective can be the most effective way to rebalance. Facing challenging circumstances with inquisitiveness can bring joy to whatever we are accomplishing. Imagine stepping into a child's shoes and seeing how they perceive the world. If you have a problem, consider how a child might solve it. Humans are evolving, and children can be our wisest teachers. May we flourish their big souls, listen to them with our hearts, and let their ways unveil fresh new eyes, so we may see a whole new world. A little bit of the Little Mermaid commentary at the very end of that. Let's get some of the Mind Info Oracle. Your guys might be just slightly shorter, just because there's really a lot that's supposed to be unknown right now, which again can be really frustrating. Oh, what the heck? There's 2 already flipped cards. What is going on? Right? Yeah, we have expand and give. That was weird. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. Give. One of the best feelings we can experience is giving to others. When we do so, we feel lifted up and our lives improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Think of one way you can give to another today. We have open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. Very, yeah, just very interesting energy for you guys. Alright, let's get the tea leaf cards here. Again, I don't normally use this deck as often just because the cards are kind of difficult. So we have the deck split in half, and we'll do top half and the other half for the bottom. But these are always, ooh, October, which is when I'm filming this, and the month we are currently in when I'm posting again. Ooh, and April. If you're drawn to pile number 2, I would check out pile number 2. Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. Desk, pay attention to your work. Rose, romance is in the air. And dark man, dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. Interesting. See, Spirit coming through at the very end just to give you guys a little something, because I feel like you guys were getting frustrated listening to this reading, which I wanted to, again, I want to give you guys more, but Spirit's really like, no. They get very minimal information. They are going through processing right now. Alright, pile number 3. For pile number 3. Okay. Cup, you should accept valid criticism. Mountain Road, you are on the road to success. Again, the 6 of Wands, like things are going to be successful, it just might take a little bit of time and you're not going to necessarily see the path. Pin, new job or career. Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. There's some of these cards that are coming through for that have been in multiple piles. Fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Interesting. And harp, great happiness. Good things are coming, pile number 3. Again, the path is just not going to be quite so obvious. And things are not going to necessarily make sense for, I think, a while. Look at all the signs. Interesting. Spirit, what last messages do we have coming through? Heart chakra, new beginnings. Spirit, what are you running from? Interesting. Bad karma and crown chakra. Clearing out that bad karma. Could be during this period. Alright, let's get our postcard from Spirit to close out your guys' reading for today. Pile number 3. Spirit for pile number 3. What final message do we have for pile number 3 today? Spirit, what do we have for a final message? Dearest you, did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? There is a freedom in this kind of radical acceptance. Let go of unrealistic expectations and see things as they really are, not how you'd like them to be. You'll be surprised at how everything seems to fall into place. When you refuse to accept things, life gets messy, you act messy, and your world stays in chaos, tension, and disarray. But don't try to force a change or manipulate circumstances. Instead, learn about what is in front of you and face it with your eyes fully open. Then you can decide, stay or go, sink or swim, move or stay still. Acceptance is the key to freedom and opens the door to the real opportunities waiting to be discovered. Set yourself and others free, loving you so much, always and forever. Alright, pile number 3. I hope that resonated for you. If it did, please leave a little like and comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If it didn't resonate, you can always choose another pile, choose another reading, or I might just not be your reader for today, which is totally cool. But I am wishing you much love and light on your journey, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, guys.